Yes, today I have to bring the bike in for my clutch recall. I got a call a while back from the dealership saying that my part has come in. So we're going to take a little ride down there today and have the clutch actuator replaced. I believe it's the clutch actuator or a seal within or something to that effect. I haven't been able to see exactly what the part is that is being replaced, but suffice to say that it is the clutch actuator. I've got a friend that was notified about the recall as early as November of last year, 2017, for Harley Davidson touring motorcycles, etc. Softails, I believe, were included as well. 2017, and of course he had a touring motorcycle. He was contacted, I believe, in November of 2017. I was not contacted until sometime after that, probably January, I would say, of 2018 or late December of 2017. My understanding is that there were something like 200,000 bikes that were affected by this recall, in round numbers, plus or minus, give or take 10,000 here or there. So it's a recall that did affect several bikes. There's no doubt about that. Now, my bike was not really affected directly, specifically. I had no problems. In fact, I rode a considerable amount of miles after the recall notification, and I had no problems. But the gist of the recall was something to the effect that when you started the bike up, the bike would lurch forward because of this part. So therefore it had to be replaced. Now, whether that was when it was in neutral or when it was in gear, I'm not really sure. It may have been both. I just don't know. I personally always try to put my motorcycle in neutral before I start it up. It's just my personal approach. But anyway, back to the subject at hand, the clutch recall. Let's just get up on 95 here a little bit and pick back up. Feels good to be back out of the bike. He was not able to bring his motorcycle in for the recall until 4 months later. Fortunately, it was not a showstopper and he was able to ride his bike. I waited approximately 2 months, I believe, for the dealership that I'm doing business with to notify me to come on in and have the recall executed. And I went on a waiting list because the parts just weren't available. They're just, essentially they came out with a recall, and they didn't have the parts available at the time. So they probably had to come out with the recall when they did, even though they didn't have the parts available for legal reasons or what have you. I'm not sure, but I believe it's a seal within the clutch actuator, which is gotten to by removing the section of section of exhaust that holds the catalytic converter, and it's behind there. So it's not an easy fix